Welcome back to my channel. My name's Kenzie if you're new here, and today we are going to try to finish my TBR for the month. We've got just over a week left in the month and I have 2 books left on my TBR, so it feels manageable. And I'm partially through one of them, so my TBR for this month I'll put on the screen, but I recently changed my TBR strategy, if you will, because my reading goal this year is 52 books and there's around 4 weeks in a month usually, so I decided to do 4 books on my TBR each month, and then hopefully by the end of the year I reach 52 books. But, and I don't want to jinx anything, I am a little bit ahead of that goal. Again, don't want to jinx it, but I kind of went off in January. It literally felt like I blacked out and just could not stop reading all month, which was a very great problem to have. And this month I have 2 more books left on my TBR, and like I said, I started Kindred already. And I actually want to see how far into this I am because I started the audiobook yesterday. Was so engaged and into this book, I was sucked right into it. And it looks like I'm in, I think I'm in part 2 or 3, and chapter 5 in the section called The Fight. Yeah. Okay, so I'm right there, which is just under halfway done. My audiobooks is 48%. I thrifted this book just recently, and I loved Parable of the Sower. I haven't read Parable of the Talents yet. I think because Parable of the Sower was so heavy, I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous to go into Parable of the Talents, but I feel like where we left off, it'd be really interesting to continue that one. But as of right now, Kindred is about this woman in 1980 LA who is dating a white man. She gets thrust back into 1815 in Maryland, and she has to like survive essentially because she appears at times when her white ancestor, his life is in danger. He lives on this plantation and she is like acting as one of the slaves there. It is very sci-fi, but also just like so gripping because we don't really know how she's going to reappear, where she's going to reappear, or why, or how she's going to survive at this time. It's like high stakes. It's very dangerous, obviously. I'm just like really rooting for her. And yeah, that's all I'll probably say on Kindred. I would definitely recommend this. And I'm mostly reading this on audio, which has been really good, but I think I want to read it physically for a little bit today. And then the other book I have on my TBR is Nightcrawling, and I have the Libby audiobook, like it just came through and is ready. So I'm hoping I'll be able to listen to this one as well. But this novel is set in Oakland, and it follows a young black woman who walks the streets, and she's kind of scraping by. There was a drunken misunderstanding with a stranger, turns into a job Kiara never imagined wanting, but now desperately needs: nightcrawling. So that's what this book's about, and it sounds like it'll be a heavy hitter, and I'm just really interested in picking this one up. So these are the 2 books we have on the TBR. If I can finish this before the end of the month, that would be incredible. I think I can do it, especially because I'm already started Kindred. Thanks for coming along and helping me finish my TBR. it's the next day, and today I want to do some chores. So here's the current plan. I'm going to listen to Kindred. I am 70% done with her, and I have 3 hours and 18 minutes left at 1.75x speed. Well, it'll be quicker than that, at that faster speed. I just want to do some chores until my audiobook ends. So that's how long I'm going to clean. McCoy left to take Lola to the groomer, which is also kind of devastating every single time. Because Scout, come here. Scout gets so anxious. Come here. Like, she hates when Lola's gone. We're just gonna comfort her until Lola's back. McCoy is getting Dutch Bros on the way home, which is nice. It's no 7 Brew, but I like Dutch Bros almost as much. Almost. And he's been wanting to switch it up, and I said, let's compromise and I'll get the exact same thing at Dutch Bros, essentially. So, and I'm just gonna get cleaning, and we have under 2 hours to do so. Well, I finished Kindred. I'm like sweating. I think I was cleaning this whole time, so sweating because of that, but also because that book just like sent me. I might rate it 5 stars. I always say that in my videos because like I always have that end of book high, so I can't rate it like right after I read it, but I think it was like way more bingeable to me than Parable of the Sower was. And just, even though I read Parable of the Sower in like 24 hours, 2 days or something. So both of the books I just read really quickly, but I just am kind of shocked by how quick I just flew through this one, because it's a heavy book. And at the same time, I just had to know what was next. It was so compulsive. Wow. It just gives you a lot to think about. I'm really, yeah. I'll be thinking about that one, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless. I don't even know what to say. I think I need to gather my thoughts a little bit because I literally just finished the audiobook and took my headphones out. But I just finished what I'm going to do today, cleaning. I didn't even do the normal chores. I decided I wanted to do some weird chores like reorganize bathroom cabinets, did some of the baseboards up here. It is just hard because we've had that water damage for 2 months at this point, I think, and it just makes the whole place feel kind of disastrous and gross, like dusty and stuff. So that's just is what it is, but I did as much cleaning as I could. I do have Nightcrawling, which is my last book on the TBR. I like to start off my audiobooks at 1.5x speed, and then as I get more comfortable with the world and the characters and the introductions and the setting and stuff, I will sometimes increase the speed, but we're gonna start at 1.5x speed and start listening to this one straight away. It's an 11-hour audiobook. I'm just kind of like in shock, honestly, since finishing that book. I'm like, I need a minute to like understand my thoughts, but it was really good. Highly, 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 highly recommend it. And I'm just gonna jump right into this. This is like a more modern story. Yeah, this cover is just also really stuck with me ever since I saw it. It's just been kind of following me ever since I first saw the cover. Every time I see it in a bookstore, I'm gravitating toward it, and I found it at this secondhand bookstore somewhat recently, and it was a sign I had to just pick it up because it's been like one of those books that I've been so close to buying so many times, and so then to find it secondhand, it was like a no-brainer. That's what I'm gonna listen to, and when I finish this, I'll have read my entire TBR for the month, which is very exciting. It's been a minute since that happened, and so I kind of like this shorter TBR situation. I have 6 more days left in the month, so we're cutting it somewhat close, but it's definitely manageable. Okay, we just got some of our favorite donuts. They're sidecar donuts. They're new in Utah. I think this is originally in California. Wait, am I holding this upside down? How do I open it? I'm scared of... Oh. Okay. Oh, don't those look incredible? Should we do a taste test?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the just vanilla bean glazed, cinnamon, and huckleberry.
The cinnamon smells good.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
this glaze is
cinnamon.
So warm.
This one's fresh too. Should have got pumpkins. Wow.
It's so good. It's like so soft.
Want to try this one?
Gonna try the cinnamon one. This looks a little cakier than the glaze.
Oh my god. It is cake.
Oh.
That's so good.
You want more? I've tried the huckleberry. And it's more that consistency. I love the glazed. Tried and true.
Yeah. It's so good.
Okay.
Are there any napkins?
We're gonna go work at a coffee shop now. And I just have a few tasks to get done for work, so I'm probably gonna be able to listen to my audiobook for a while we're there. I think we're also gonna get some of their homemade syrup. I can't stop recording because my hands are so dirty. Covered in glaze. Well, I just finished Nightcrawling by Leila Mottley. I just took my AirPods out. I just finished the audiobook. And every time I sit down to film after I just finish a book, I feel, especially this book, I feel just so speechless and stunned by it. I literally have chills. Can you see the goosebumps on my arm? Ugh. And I had 2 days to spare, so I finished this with 2 days to spare. In conclusion, I was successful. I read my entire TBR that I set out for myself for this month, which is a big accomplishment. I've been only adding 4 prompts in my TBR jar and reading 4 books each month, but to read the entire TBR, I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm pretty happy about it. But I think this book, I think of There, and it might just be because Tommy Orange blurbed this or because McCoy's reading There right now. If you haven't read There, I highly, highly recommend it. It's also set in Oakland, and this book is set in Oakland. But it reminds me of this quote in There, or this like little anecdote. Tommy Orange, and I wish I had the exact quote with me, but it essentially is describing a burning building and kids are jumping from the top floor. Instead of examining the burning building and how the fire started, people point fingers at the kids for jumping out of it and why did they jump out of this building. Instead of examining the systems that put children in these situations to do these desperate things, we're looking at the children doing the desperate things and telling them to make better decisions. That's what the systems, the government, the police force are saying to our main character in this book. I feel like that whole concept was explored pretty heavily through Kiara's story. It's a very harrowing story. It's a very real story. Reading the author's note at the end, Leila Mottley describes a very similar case happening in Oakland when she was a teenager growing up, and she always wondered about it even after the news kind of passed. She didn't really move on from it, and she started this book when she was 17. Our main character is 17, and it kind of inspired this story. And she says, although it's a fictional account, many of the acts of violence and the desperation, all things that she did experience as a teenager growing up in Oakland. Wow, I'm pretty speechless. That was really good. I mean, not even good. I mean, it was a very compelling, painful, harrowing, real story. And I'm just stunned by it. I wonder if this author has any other books. This is her first novel. She was born and raised in Oakland, and she still lives there. Wow. I was looking on Goodreads actually, and I put this on my want to read list, like, I think in the beginning of 2023, so I'm glad I finally got around to it. I'm just stunned. McCoy's actually reading this book on audio right now, and he's physically reading There, which are two of my favorite books, but they're both set in Oakland. I'd highly recommend both of those books. I have a whole day ahead of me. I feel like after a book like that, I just feel like the world stops, but I listened to this before I started work. It's like 8:20 right now, so it's about time for me to get to work, but I'm just gonna be thinking about that all day long. I mean, Kindred and Nightcrawling, reading both of those books in this vlog. I'm gonna be thinking about both of them for so long. Kindred? They're both like 5 stars. I don't know. They're both incredible books. I'm gonna have to think about it, but those are some of the most. Wow. So if you haven't read Kindred, if you haven't read Nightcrawling, let this video be your sign. Thank you so much for spending some time with me reading these books. I had 2 days to spare. I finished my entire monthly TBR, and I'm very proud of myself. And if you like this video, please stick around. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you soon. Happy reading.